It is the network that we've created. It is the things that happen that we can never really quantify. We're never going to really see it, but they're happening all the time. It's the phone call that the alum give each other to support each other and be there in wonderful moments as well as difficult moments. It's the times that they get together to discuss their hopes, their dreams, their fears, and how to make things happen. And we love it when a room is loud. We love it when a room is filled with laughter. We loved it when a room is filled with wonderful conversation. So I thank you for if you were uncomfortable in those 5 minutes, thank you for joining us in that. But we also know that in that discomfort, you find joy. And I want to thank you for making that happen. This is not possible without our funders, and we have a couple of our spotlight funders that we want to give the mic over to today. By the way, Cal OSHA did call, careful with the wire that you come up here, because we don't need anyone having a moment. We are recording, and we don't want to have anything caught on a blooper reel. So first off, we want to welcome Angelica Corchado. She's the Community Health Director of Sutter Health, and she has been such a supporter of this program. Angelica, please come up to the mic and tell us how you feel this morning.
Hi, everyone. I'm joined here today by a couple of my colleagues from Sutter. I actually wanted to do a shout out to Maria. She's a fellow, senior fellow. Yeah. I was asked to say a few words about why Sutter Health invested in this program, and for us, it's really simple. Programs like Creciente are building up leaders in community and are helping to create healthier communities. And when those leaders are lending their diverse thoughts and their lived experiences to organizations, you're making those organizations stronger, thus making the community stronger as well. Sutter Health is a not-for-profit hospital system, and we like to say that there's this ecosystem of care, and hospitals play a big role in that, but so do the organizations that you are all helping. And when all parts of that system are strong, we're all able to thrive. And that's why I'm so happy to share that Sutter Health is going to be investing another $25,000 for your next cohort. I want to say congratulations to all the graduates today on all your accomplishments through the program. We're excited to see the impact that you guys are going to be making in community, and we just wanted to thank you for letting Sutter Health play a smart role in your journey on building those healthier communities. So thank you so much.
Up next, we want to welcome another one of our funders that has been with us since day one. Thank you, Smud, for just believing in the dream, and here we are making it happen. Want to welcome to the microphone Dave Tamayo, President of the Board.
Buenos días. Ya lo sé que no todos de tuyos pueden hablar español, pero voy a comenzar mis comentarios en español porque es muy importante reconocer la cultural que es una grande parte de nuestra área de Sacramento. So basically what I said is that it's very important to recognize the Latino culture that's a big part of the Sacramento culture. And I go on in Spanish, but it's a little hard for me to do that. And not everybody here can understand me, but I bet you most of you can. So, SMUD, as Adrian said, SMUD has been part of this since the very beginning, and we do that because our purpose that's adopted by the board of directors is to improve the quality of life here in Sacramento. And a big part of that is making sure that we include everybody and lift every community up. Part of what Creciente is doing is developing leaders that can be in a position not only to lift up people from their own communities, and I know you represent a wide variety of communities here, but to raise up the whole community and encourage other people to follow in your footsteps so that we have, in the end, a very inclusive culture here. And I know that, Sacramento has many aspects of getting better at being inclusive, but we still have a ways to go. We still need to get more people on boards and commissions and governing bodies of our local agencies and in state government. And you guys are all part of that, not just government, but nonprofits and even just informal leadership in the community. And I'm very happy, and we're very proud as an organization to support not only the efforts of Creciente, but also the efforts of you who've put a lot of energy and thought and talent and money into taking this step so that you're better prepared to be the leaders that this community and this country needs. So finally, I want to say congratulations to all of the graduates of this course, and we're expecting great things of you. Go on and take hold of the world and shape it the way you think it ought to be. Thank you very much.
Miss Donnie Blumenstock's like, get out of the way, I got this. Welcome, Miss Donnie Blumenstock.
Good morning, everyone. I can't believe we are here. That the culmination of Cohort 7 and their introduction into the Senior Fellows. Good morning to all of those who have supported the cohort members and who have supported the program. We are thrilled that you're here. You're going to get to hear what works about this from the fellows themselves, and that's exciting. My job is to tell you a little bit about the highlights of Cohort 7 and the program generally, and I got to tell you, Cohort 7 was a highlight from the get-go. They have been wonderful. Very passionate, devoted. I just loved when we had a panel going on and I would turn around and I'd check the room just to make sure people aren't zoning out or something. And they were just, their eyeballs were out on stalks. They were so intent on listening to what the people who had come to share their wisdom were saying. We made a few changes. We are what we call a program in a state of continuous improvement. We listen carefully to the feedback that we get from all of our fellows. We take that feedback and compare it to feedback from other cohorts, because I've learned in my gajillion years of running leadership programs that you can't take one group's opinion as the gospel, but you gotta listen to it, and you gotta hold up to the mirror and say, does this fit? Should we fix this? Should we add this? Should we tweak it some way? And so we're going to be doing that for the next few weeks from what we learned from Cohort 7 as well. But that has led to some changes that we made in Cohort 7. So we built into the front of this cohort more container building, more creating safety for deep conversations, more understanding of how we make assumptions about things and how we form opinions about the world. And we focus a lot on something that many of you may have heard of. It started out for me when I was running ALF, the ladder of inference. And that's a way that you really explore whether your assumption is the correct view. So we built that all into the beginning, and then we moved the retreat back. We used to sort of kick it off with the retreat, and we moved the retreat back a month or so. And that seemed to make a big difference in how well the cohort bonded at the retreat. And they see that retreat as a major high point in the program. You don't want to necessarily start with your high point, but that was that was a high point for the fellows and for us. So that's the cohort and Cohort 7, and you'll hear from them about how the experience impacted them and what their future looks like. I also want to share a little bit about our Senior Fellows program, because that's been a little wobbly getting started, if I'm honest. I know from my own experience that senior fellow programs are the hardest part of any leadership program because people get busy and you train them to be busy, you make them go join a board, and then you say, oh, by the way, we want you to get involved in our stuff as well. But we had a senior fellows retreat in December that was marvelous, and we had a World Cafe in the afternoon where the fellows got to chew on what they wanted to do and be and how they wanted to help each other and how we can support each other in these difficult times, shall we say. Then we had a town meeting on Zoom and divided up into groups to decide what to do about the various ideas that came out of that. And moving forward, we will be acting on a number of those things. So one of the things that's going to happen pretty soon, actually, is a training with NorCal Resist on what to do when ice shows up, and how to help people, and what's available in the way of resources to help people. So that's going to be, stay tuned. Senior Fellows, that's coming up. Mostly what we want to do is stay connected with each other, is make sure that Creciente lives up to its promise to connect the people in the program with other leaders in the community and make sure that we're all stronger together. So with that, I'm going to sit down and we are going to hear from the fellows themselves so that you can really get a sense of what this program is about.
Over the last 5 years, I've really come to appreciate the word leadership. I used to think it was something to strive for, but it's so much more than that. The 18 fellows that are going to come up here and share with you about their experience are being called to lead in a moment of turbulence, are being called to lead in a moment of being brave even when you don't want to be, being called to be there for others when it's really hard to sometimes be there for yourself. And I applaud them greatly for that, because this is not a drill, and we all know that in this room. Let's hear from our brave fellows and introduce the first one. No pressure. Donnie calls this Stand and Deliver, named after an Adam and the Ant song from the 80s. Some of you got that joke. Thank you very much. Too young. I would like to first, we're going to be going by first name in alphabetical order. And first up, we're going to be calling Anthony Uribe, Senior Field Representative at the U.S. House of Representatives for Congressman Ami Bera, Premier Events Chair, Metro Edge, and Sacramento Parks Commission is what I believe he'll be joining as a board member. His top 5 strengths, we're so devoted to Strength Fighter here, are input, futuristic, ideation, woo, and maximizer. Anthony, come on up, brother.
Wow, thank you. Yeah, what an introduction. Apparently it's on us to stop ice and everything. Wonderful. I got to make some jokes. I'm the levity in our group, so I got to do a couple things. I'm really excited that we're here at our graduation. I love my cohort. Donnie said, hey, make sure this is not a 45-minute Oscar speech. It's only just under 30 minutes, so here we go. They put me first. So the first time ever in my life, my name's Anthony Uribe. I always go last. But this cohort's like, we're different. We're going first name first. So here I go. What I've learned in this program, there's a lot. There's the skills of negotiation. There's the wonderful advice from fellow Latino CEOs and program directors. But really, this 7 months, and Adrian kind of alluded to it, and Donnie kind of alluded to it, is that we hold a mirror up to ourselves, to the program. And what I learned about myself is that I've always had a pride in community, a pride in our comunidad, and I never worked that muscle out. For those who know me, I don't go to the gym. You'll find me at your local taco spot near you. So it really was a muscle that I wasn't keen on working it out, especially working for a member of Congress and representing his constituents in Sacramento County. So when it came to this program, that mirror that was put up, the community that, oh my God, I'm gonna get emotional. I didn't think it was gonna happen. But I love these guys. And I learned that they're my community that I built with this program. But what I wanna take on out there into the world is that this Latino community is beautiful and needs to be supported, but it has to be supported, not waiting for that support to come, but by just doing it, going out there and supporting each other. And I will take the skills and not make Creciente a secret society where I learn these things and I'm gonna hold them in, but I'm going to make sure that as I'm climbing up this metaphorical ladder that I'm turning around and helping that next Latino, Latina, Latinx person. So thank you so much. Let's go to the next person, shall we?
One more. 1, 2.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Up next, I would like to turn the mic over to Catalina Lira, Manager of Member Benefits at Sacramento Regional Builders Exchange. She'll be joining the Communications and Strategic Initiative Chair for the Lady Legend Softball Foundation. Her top 5 are individualization, try saying that 3 times, arranger, strategic, achiever, and responsibility. Welcome.
All right. Hello, buenos dias, everyone. Okay, so standing here today as a graduate of the Creciente Leadership Program is incredibly meaningful to me. When I reflect on what I've learned, the biggest takeaway is this. I've found my voice, and I've learned and I'm still learning to trust it. As a first-gen Latina growing leader, there's often an unspoken weight we carry, responsibility to family, to community, and to succeed, not just for ourselves, but for everyone who sacrificed for us to get here. Creciente gave me the space to unpack that weight and to understand that my lived experience is not a barrier, it's a strength. Through this program, I became more aware of my Clifton strengths: individualization, arranger, strategic, achiever, and responsibility. Those are all super intense. But seeing those affirmed helped me understand why I lead in the way that I do. I'm proud to be a go-getter. I'm proud to get things done. But Creciente has also taught me something deeper. During one session, I heard a phrase that became my mantra: your capability is not the same as your capacity. Just because we are capable does not mean we have unlimited capacity. That distinction changed me. It reminded me that self-care is not selfish, that boundaries are not weakness, and that if we want to sustainably serve our communities, we must also be aware of our own capacity. I'm different because I no longer feel the need to overextend myself to prove my leadership. I lead with more intention, with equity at the center, and with greater care for myself and others. The community we built as a cohort is something I will always carry with me. Being surrounded by leaders who understand your journey, especially as a first gen, is just super special and powerful. As I move forward, I will use the tools and ethical practices and confidence I gained here to serve the communities I work with and the board I sit on. And I will pay it forward because that's what Creciente has modeled for us. Thank you to everyone who's made it possible for me to be here today, including the sponsors. And with that, I'm in.
Up next, we have Cristina Maciel, Child Welfare Program Manager at Yolo County Health and Human Services Agency. She's going to be a board member at Empower YOLO. Her top 5 are harmony, learner, restorative, input, and individualization.
Good morning, everybody. I am asking for forgiveness later because I chose to bring my 2 beautiful little children that are watching me right now very intently. Cesar Chavez said, preservation of one's own culture does not require contempt or disrespect for other cultures. Creciente has created such a special place where I have grown a deeper love for my own culture and a deeper respect for others as well. During this tumultuous political climate, it would be very easy to silo ourselves and generate negativity towards those that do not look like us. Creciente has not only allowed me to elevate my leadership skills and open opportunities in my own career, but it has most importantly given me a sense of community and partnership that as a first-generation Mexican-American woman, I had yet to experience. I have navigated my years as a student and now a professional, grounded in the dream that my parents had for me and for my siblings, to not just survive, but to thrive, to leave a legacy for our children. It was not easy to get to where I am today. Everything that I have built for my beautiful children was not without blood, sweat, and tears, and I would be naive to think that obstacles will not continue to come up. The difference now is that I know I can overcome them and not let them tear me down. As I think about the incredibly difficult times our community is facing in this country, Creciente's mission is more important than ever. And I'm committed to continue elevating the Latino community. I will continue to show up in spaces where I am not reflected and speak up for those who have yet to find a voice. I will do these things knowing I have an army of family and friends behind me, and now this incredible cohort that continues to inspire me to not give up. I'm incredibly thankful to this cohort and the Creciente leadership in particular, and I'm coming away from this experience with renewed energy and a greater confidence and motivation to continue excelling in my career. Y para todos que nos han dicho que no se puede, sí se pudo.
One, two, three. One more. Awesome. Thank you.
Up next, Mr. Danny Garcia, Cath Lab Manager at Dignity Health Mercy General. He'll be, he's an appointment in process right now for the Association of California Nurses Leaders Sacramento Sierra chapter. His top 5 are relator, developer, positivity, communication, and activator. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. If my voice cracks, don't worry, I'm fine. I'll be all right. I've always known that being Latino and being brown has always been an advantage for me. I've never looked at it as a disadvantage. I've never had a victim mentality, nor will I ever have a victim mentality. But Creciente really helped me reinforce those beliefs for me. It reminded me that with the right mindset and willingness to grow and a lot of hard work, there's no ceiling. You can set your sights on any goal, and if you stay committed, you'll get there. What's been interesting and awesome in this program has been the relationships I've developed with everyone in the cohort. Initially, coming into the program, a little bit hesitant because I come from acute hospital settings, and I wasn't sure how much I could bring to everyone or everyone can bring to me, but those connections have been very valuable for me. It's gotten to help me understand myself a little bit more. I've gotten better to know myself. I've known that my humor goes a long way, my desire to help others, and I've also gotten a lot of confidence in speaking in front of others as I am now. So that's been a great part of this journey. And moving forward, I'm excited for what's next. I'm going to pay it forward by mentoring others, building even stronger networks, and leading examples in everything I do. Most importantly, I want what I do to ripple out to the Latino community and uplift others. With that, I'd like to thank my wife, God, my kids, Stephen for recommending me for this program, and Paige for supporting me throughout this program. Thank you.
One more. Thank you.
Up next, we have Dora Luz Dueñas Cuevas, Sacramento State student, board appointment in process for Plaza Comunitaria Sierra Garden. Her top 5 are connectedness, input, responsibility, restorative, and arranger. Welcome, my friend.
Buenos días a todos. Good morning, everyone. Okay. Creciente is development, expansion, or something that is gradually become stronger. Creciente is a program you must experience to truly understand. There's many leadership programs teach you how to guide others, but they don't create the same sense of belonging that Creciente does. In this program, I learned tools like a ladder of inference, which taught me to pause before jumping to conclusion, and how to negotiate to reach better outcomes. I learned from people with powerful stories about how they navigated systems that were not designed for people like us. Also, I learned a lot about myself. During the elevator speech activity, I realized how much I still need to improve, especially in how I organize my ideas to communicate more effectively. But I also discovered something even more important. I found my community, people who don't judge me for my mistakes. Instead, they embrace me, even though they are unos chingones. They have enormous hearts and unmatched empathy. Thank you, guys. Some people fight for change by protesting or raising their voices, but the leader of Creciente do it in a different way, by teaching us how to advocate, how to lead with intention, how to prepare the next generation. Quietly and effectively, they are helping transform our community that has been undervalued but is deeply capable. For that, I thank Creciente leaders. After 7 months surrounded by extraordinary people, celebrity in my eyes, I began personal transformation. I started questioning about how I represent my community in this country, what I have done for them, and how I will contribute moving forward. Every leader began by looking into the needs of their community, and I'm in that process of discovery. I feel deeply inspired thanks to Creciente team, the presenters who shared their story, and my cohort family 7. I have felt fears and insecurity at times, but I'm committed to do everything with my reach to support my community, now that I have the tools to advocate and navigate this system. And also, I found an organization aligned with my values. And I will continue working with Plaza Comunitaria Sierra Garden and hope that I support it with new programs, help secure resources, participate community events, and also stay connected with my cohort family so we continue supporting one another. None of this would have been possible without the nomination from Elvira Covarrubias, the support of Placer Community Foundation, and the guidance of the Creciente team, Donnie, Adrian, Julian, Meg, the help from my madrina Rita Sainz, and the encouragement of my cohort family. Familia de Creciente, el cielo es el límite. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
One, two, one more. Perfect, thank you.
Up next, we have Edie Gutierrez, Resource and Referral Manager at Child Action Incorporated. She's the treasurer of Greater Capital Region Chapter, California Association for the Education of Young Children. Her top 5 are ideation, individualization, belief, strategic, and arranger. Edie, come on up.
Good morning. Thank you, everyone. When I started this program 7 months ago, I had no idea what to expect. I was nervous, anxious, and I'm going to be honest, when I looked at the class roster, immediately felt intimidated by this group of talented and smart group. I even questioned if I could do this. I wondered, what the heck did I get myself into, or what did my CEO do? But over the past 7 months, we've learned so much as a cohort. We've had discussions on immigration, executive presence, negotiations, public speaking, how to give and receive feedback. All powerful tools for us to add to our leadership toolbox. But the most powerful and impactful lesson I learned that really changed how I think was at our retreat. And it's where Adrian was talking to the group and he said, now's the time for you guys to double down on your strengths. And he didn't say it casually, he was serious, and he said it like it was a call to action. And that is when it clicked for me. Most of my career, I was told, and I believed it, that you need to focus on your weaknesses because that's how you get better, right? You practice and you improve. And so that's what I did. I ignored my strengths and I tried to work on the areas that I felt I lacked in. But I'm not going to do that anymore. I now choose to lead with my strengths so that I could be a voice for those communities and families that don't have a voice, so that I have the courage to speak up where it matters, where change happens and decisions are made. More importantly, to uplift others, others that look like me and maybe felt the way I felt. So today I complete this leadership program with confidence and proud to be ideation, individualization, belief, strategic, and an arranger. So thank you to the Creciente Leadership Program and thank you to the cohort.
One, two, three. One more. Wonderful, thank you.
Up next, nicknamed him the Silent Assassin. I was gonna put that up here. I mean that with a lot of love, by the way. Don't get me. Jaime Rubio Cervantes, District Office Director, Council Member Mai Vang, City of Sacramento, Secretary Florin Road Partnership is the board that he is currently on or joining, right? Currently on. Top 5, harmony, consistency, arranger, includer, and learner. And he puts them all to great use. Welcome, Jaime.
Good morning. Buenos dias. About 1 in every 3 residents in Sacramento identify as Latinx or of Hispanic descent. 1 in every 3. 33%. That is people power. Yet we are not even 10%. We are only 7% of nonprofit board of directors in the Sacramento region. That's less than 1 in 10 directors. Now imagine a Sacramento where that statistic is different, where the Latinx community is well represented. Would we have more active community spaces, more access to resources, more in-language services? Well, the Creciente Leadership Program has imagined just that, a different reality. More Latinx people on boards, empowering the voices of its members, and I'm proud and honored to be a graduating member of Cohort 7 today. While my public speaking is a work in progress, Creciente has given me the tips, tricks, and tools to be a better leader. And our voices have value. Oh, because my voice and our voices have value and they matter too. From working on topics that focus on my own growth, like battling the imposter syndrome, understanding the letter of inference, to improving negotiation skills, Creciente has strengthened my foundation and confidence. Creciente has taught me that we are not here just to take a seat at the table. We are there to reshape the table. We have the power and influence and make decisions too. We truly have strengths that could benefit any organization or space we are in, such as the bilingual advantage, cultural insights, comunidad, community, and our stories. The benefit of our voice, our perspective, and our leadership knows no boundaries, and it's up to ourselves to step in and embrace our strengths, the strengths everybody's talking about. I not only saw myself learn and grow throughout the program, but I saw my peers grow too. And that's essentially the power of Creciente. Creciente has gathered passionate people with the drive to serve their communities and be change makers. In this space, we have chosen to show up, learn together, grow together, have fun together, and achieve together. While I'm typically more reserved and choose to observe and learn, I know that the time is now to act, to step in, to share my perspectives, and be the leader I aim to be. Our individual successes are our collective success, and that is impactful. Why? Remember, we are 1 in 3 residents in Sacramento. Latinx leaders here do make a difference, like the various speakers we had in our program, and our representation will not just grow, it will thrive. Because the little Jaimes, the little Wendy's, the little Danny's, the little Doras of tomorrow will have someone to look up to. Representation really does matter, and we are a collective force. So let's step into a power, Cohort 7. Let's embrace and include strengths and strength in numbers. Let's create the change we want to see and inspire the leaders of tomorrow for a more equitable and just Sacramento. Thank you all.
Next up, we have Johnny Lara Jimenez. Johnny Lara Jimenez. Health and Human Services Manager 1 at Yolo County Health and Human Services Agency, Child Welfare Services, Board Appointment in Process for Yolo County Community Service Action Board. Her top 5 are restorative, deliberative, harmony, connectedness, and belief. Welcome, Johnny.
Okay, don't judge me as I put on my glasses. Okay, so the Creciente Leadership Program gave me a container to reconnect, relearn, and preserve what once had to be hidden. Creciente teaches leading with intention to build something better for our future Latino leaders. Creciente provided me a path to my people. In environments where it's difficult to find my place to fit in, Creciente gave me a community where I don't feel judged. We have similar experiences, and I know they have my back. I found my people and a community of professionals that are like me. My participation in Creciente has taught me to lead with pride while honoring my traditions, my culture, and people. I intend to lead others with humility, hard work, and gratitude while maintaining connection to my identity at a time when the world tries to diminish people of color. The confidence, resources, and tools Creciente provided me better equip me to create spaces and opportunities for Black and brown people to feel connected to their communities. I know the value of building a capital network and the need to build community. I understand more about how my experiences give me the strength to advocate for myself and my community and to bring others up with me because we are stronger together. Being a visible Latina in the community and decision-making environments will hopefully inspire others to rise up and not play small. I want to give other Latinos courage and strength to realize they are important change makers and their voices are powerful. Lastly, I'd like to thank Creciente for instilling in me the importance of holding on to truth. So I'm holding on to this truth recently brought to light by Bad Bunny. The only thing more powerful than hate is love. Thank you.
Up next, we have Julia Jimenez Yamamoto, Communication Specialist at Gateway Community Charters. She'll be a board member for Teatro Nagual. Her top 5 are responsibility, arranger, learner, empathy, and individualization. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Okay. So when I reflect on my journey in Creciente, one of the biggest takeaways for me is how important belonging is. Before starting Creciente, I didn't always feel like I belonged in the professional spaces that I was navigating. I was working hard, showing up, delivering, but I still felt like I had to prove myself. And as many people in this room have felt, that annoying imposter syndrome in the back kept questioning, do I really belong here? Over time, that question expanded beyond my own self-reflection, and it became, do we belong here? Sorry, my sticker. Are these spaces that we navigate truly spaces of belonging for others who look like me or come from similar lived experiences that I do? Creciente really gave me the space to unpack that question more honestly, and it helped me see that we don't question our belonging because we lack the skills or the ability. We question it because these spaces we enter are never really meant for us. And I realized I didn't just want to understand that, I was fired up to challenge that. Through this program, I gained so many practical skills that I really, really value, like having crucial conversations, negotiation, and really leading from my strengths. But I also gained something more personal, which was a deeper understanding of my own identity, my roots, and how I want to show up in leadership spaces. I learned that I don't want to shrink to fit into a room, and that I'm most powerful when I show up fully as myself, leading from my values. Because of Creciente, I trust my voice so much more, and I take up space with greater clarity. And I'm far more intentional about the environments that I want to help create. To quote Dr. Addie Ellis, belonging is what makes people want to stay, but it also tells them that we want them there. So moving forward, I am committed to creating spaces, especially in my field of education, where people feel rooted and where they aren't just included, but they feel genuinely welcomed and valued. I love you all. Thank you so much.